the victor in the co-main event, Dakota Ditcheva, who looked very impressive, who remains undefeated, who is from a Muay Thai background, but scored a sub on Saturday and seems to be someone that the PFL, Europe or not, is very much behind. She's joining us right now. Let us say hello for the first time to Dakota. Hello, Dakota. How are you?
Hi, I'm really good, thank you. Yeah, I'm really happy.
Well, congratulations on the win and everything that's going on for you. Did it feel like you are one of the faces of this whole PFL Europe push for them? And were you feeling that pressure going into this fight on Saturday?
Yeah, to be honest, I feel more pressure coming on here, Ariel.
Come on, I don't believe
But,
that, but thank you. I appreciate it.
yeah, I did. This is like the first show that I've kind of co-headlined, and I've been on PFL before, but on the undercard for like the $1 million tournament. So I haven't felt like the pressure that I did this time. It was obviously back at home in Newcastle, in the UK. So I had a home crowd. My face was kind of everywhere I went. There was like PFL posters with my face on it. So I did definitely feel the pressure a lot more this time.
How did you end up with the PFL? Because, like I said, you have a great background in Muay Thai. Your mother as well have the gym. We'll get into all of that. But they found you. They pushed you a little bit last year, and now with this PFL Europe thing, you're a shoe and you're perfect for it. But how did they find you? Because there are some, there's Bellator doing their thing over there. There's Cage Warriors doing their thing. How did you end up with PFL?
Yeah, I suppose they just kind of came to my manager, and or my manager spoke to them. They was in talks, and it's kind of the first big promotion like that that's kind of made the move to kind of snatch me up. I think they just saw quite a story behind me with obviously like my mum, like you said, and my family being in my corner and things like that. They quite like the whole family thing, and they just liked it. And obviously they're building me a lot now, which is really good.
And it's Ditcheva, right? Am I pronouncing your last name correctly?
Ditcheva, yeah.
Ditcheva. God, Ditcheva. You're kind enough to not correct me, but I hate that. So my apologies. I listened to all different variations. Ditcheva. Is that where's that from?
It's Bulgarian, yeah. So my dad's Bulgarian and my mum's English. So
Okay.
yeah.
And was your dad a fighter as well?
He wasn't. No, I think that's what people like as well. That it's normally the men that do the fighting, but no, me and my mum were the fighters in our family, and my dad he's never fought. Yeah.
Wow. And how accomplished was your mother? And this was in Muay Thai, right?
Yeah, I mean, she was world champion in Muay Thai, in kickboxing, full contact karate. She was like really well known in her time. Yeah, she was one of the top women.
Wow. And is she the reason why you do this for a living?
Yeah, I mean, she isn't. Yeah, she isn't the reason, but I mean, like, she's definitely put it in my genes somehow. But yeah, she's had her gym like back at home for like over, I think, 30 years now. She's had a gym, a Thai boxing gym, but she's never done MMA herself. So that was kind of just a natural progression that happened to me about 4 or 5 years ago, and I made that transition. But she's always been a fighter since she was younger. Yeah,
How old were you when you first did any kind of martial arts?
I was 4. Yeah, I was
4.
4 when I was.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
And what was that?
It was in Thai boxing, yeah. So it wasn't a head contact, it was like inter clubs, but it was like decision fights. We've got some videos of me, and I was just as aggressive back then as I am now. Even as a kid, you could really see it in me, like through the videos.
And your first fight of any kind, how old were you?
4.
4 as well? Come on.
Oh yeah.
I have a 6-year-old daughter. I would never put, what is going on over there? Call child services. Well, 4 years old?
4, yeah, but it was no head contact. But yeah, it was a fight. Like we fought, yeah, and it's like a decision. So there's a winner and a loser, but you don't get hurt. You've got gloves and a body pad on and stuff. But
Oh
yeah,
my
4.
gosh. Did you win?
I did.
Oh
I
my
did.
gosh.
Really, I used to beat all the boys up when I was younger. I was quite a tough girl. Yeah.
What did your friend, I'm assuming your friends didn't fight, like your classmates. What did they think of you as a fighter as you're growing up in school?
Yeah, I mean, I think people quite found it quite interesting, but I wasn't like one of the popular girls at school or anything. I was just like, I was really tiny, really slim, but I never got much trouble because obviously people, I think it was more the fact they knew my mum. Everywhere I went, everyone was like, even people at my school, I used to walk to the shop and they used to say, "Oh, hi, Lisa," to my mum, but they never used to say hi to me. Everyone used to like know my mum and be a little bit like wary of her, but no one was bothered for me.
Wow. So she was like a local celebrity.
Yeah, everyone knows her around our way, and even any like Thai boxing shows we go to, like everyone knows my mum. Yeah.
And so when you're growing up, what is the goal for you? Because you say you only crossed over to MMA in the last few years. Like
Yeah.
what was your dream? To be a pro kickboxer, a Muay Thai fighter? Was that what you were shooting for?
Yeah, I mean, at the beginning, it was to be the top Thai boxer, the top female Thai boxer. But I saw more of a career in MMA. Thai boxing still, I don't feel like has, got the buzz behind it that MMA has. So I feel like I saw more of a career in MMA, and it was always something I've always looked at. Like I used to watch Shevchenko and Joanna do the same tournaments in Thai boxing that I did. They both did the IFMA tournaments, they're called. Um, and then they moved on to MMA, and I used to watch them doing, their stuff. So kind of just saw like different people progressing into the sport, and then it was just an option that came available to me, and that's kind of where I've ended up now. Yeah.
Is there any money to be made in Thai, pro Thai kickboxing, boxing, anything like that?
I mean, boxing's quite big in the UK,
Well,
but
no, boxing, yes,
Thai
but
boxing,
like Thai boxing. Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, I know boxing is quite huge.
yeah, Thai boxing in the UK, I don't feel like you could make a big career out of, if I'm honest. But I feel like if you want to get somewhere, I feel like MMA would definitely be the place to be.
And curious, why did you choose MMA and not just boxing?
Um, I mean, I've come from Thai boxing, so like kicking and elbowing is something that's like so natural to me. If you take that away from me, I'm not really, I like to elbow and I like to kick. Like striking is my main thing. So I don't feel like I would get the same buzz out of fighting boxing as I would MMA.
Okay.
I'd probably go back to Thai boxing over going to boxing, I think.
Okay, interesting. And as far as like your inspirations when you crossed over to MMA, was it the likes of Shevchenko, Joanna, those types? Were those the ones that you were looking up to?
Yeah, definitely. And like within my first few fights in MMA amateur, like there were like some articles about me, being the next Ronda Rousey and things like that. Ronda was quite a big, person for me to look up to. So yeah, they were like the people that I've watched. Obviously, Shevchenko and Joanna from Thai boxing, so like their journeys were similar. I think that's why I gravitated towards them a lot.
How do you not let all of this get to your head now? You're now, you like you said, you were all over the place, you're being pushed, they seem to be really behind you. How do you not let your head get too big and stay grounded?
I think I'm just that type of person anyway. I am just like a humble person, I love to fight. Like I've always said, if I could take the fame away, I would still fight. That's not why I've originally done it. It's not to be famous and become this crazy, world star or anything. It's just kind of happened as I've been fighting. But I think I used to say, even when I used to get nervous and fight, I used to say if I could fight with no crowd, I would do it. I've just kind of learned to put up with that. But I think that's what will keep me humble, the fact that I just love the sport and my family around me as well. We're all the same. So I think that'll just keep me very grounded.
Any of your family members in your corner?
Yeah, so my older brother is older than me. He does a lot of striking work with me at my mum's gym. My mum still coaches me as well, striking when I'm back in the UK, but she doesn't corner me. She just kind of steps back. But my older brother does a lot of work with me. Yeah.
Yeah, and you mentioned back in the UK because you train in Florida as well, right? Why did you decide
Yeah.
to go over to Florida to train and leave the home gym?
At first, I kind of went over there to, experience like different gyms, pick different things up. But the last stop on my 4 week tour in America was ATT, and I just completely fell in love with the gym. Obviously, the sun helps in the UK. We're in the rain all the time. It's not the nicest place to wake up to in the morning. But yeah, and the girls as well over here, I really struggle to find girls to train with. And going over to ATT really it stood out how much I need the female bodies to work with. And over there, they have a mat full of them. So I think that was a real, like, you know, turning point for me, having the girls to work with.
Are you shocked that you got a sub on Saturday?
No, everyone else is, but I'm not.
Why not?
I mean, I work hard on my ground game. I love it. I just haven't needed to show it yet. I've obviously had a lot of stoppages stand up and I love to strike. So I've kind of always relied on that. But I have got a ground game and a wrestling game. I just don't use it that often. And I think that's why people are quite shocked at the moment. All I see everywhere is she won by sub.
Yeah.
Like everyone's so shocked. But me and my team are just like really happy that I got to show a little bit of it. But we're not shocked at all because I am quite good on the ground.
Your first jiu-jitsu class, how long ago was it?
It was about 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay,
Yeah.
wow. So even when you were younger, you never did any jiu-jitsu or anything like that?
No, I started MMA and within a few months I had my first amateur fight. Yeah, it was that quick. I kind of just picked it up quite quick. Yeah.
You know what I love? The post-fight interview. You threw a little shade to the women who were fighting previously, split decision. You got to go in there. You got to make a statement. I like that. You're not here to make friends with anyone. That was good stuff.
Yeah, of course. And I mean, I want the girls to bring the heat and like, to bring the competition. I don't want no split decision wins and stuff. That's not what the fans want to see. They want to see stoppages and brutal fights where you go all out, not close wins. So I'm hoping in the next round it's going to up the girls, whoever I face next will bring it a little bit more and get into a good fight with me.
Now, here's the thing. It seems like you're very happy with PFL, right? They're treating you well. You like it, yeah? But I did see an article very early in your career where you said the goal was to one day fight for the UFC. That is out there. And I'm not trying to cause any trouble here, but I did see it.
Yeah.
That was before you met the PFL, perhaps even before the PFL was a thing, because they're not that old in their own right. Do you still feel the same way, or have your plans changed?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be honest. It's every fighter's dream to be a UFC champion. That is the top level at the moment, and that is obviously I'm here to be the best. So if that means like being the best in PFL, being the best in UFC, just wherever I am at that point. So right now, my goal will be to win this tournament and be the best in PFL Europe. And then if I go on to the main season, I want to win that $1 million, tournament and be the best there. But then after that, if it's to change and go to the UFC, then I'll make it to the top and get the belt there. Like, it doesn't matter to me where I am, just whatever situation I'm in, and that I'll be the best at that point. And that's kind of just how I'm trying to work on my goals now and see it that way.
How long is the deal with PFL?
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think I'm in a 2-year contract, I think.
Does this count as year 2 or year 1?
This is year 1.
Okay, all right. Because last year we saw you as well, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, this is year 1, I think.
And are you on every, like, if you continue to win, is the plan that you're on every PFL Europe card? I know there's 4. Is it all the same fighters, same tournament, or will you not be on the next one?
No, so I'm contracted to fight under PFL 3 times a year, so they have to give me the 3 fights, whether that's in the tournament or separate. It just depends really how it works. But this year I'm in the tournament, so I'll have to fight them 3 times.
Okay.
If I progress to the next stage, of course.
So do you know the date of your next fight?
Yeah, so the next round of the tournament is September. It's going to be in Paris. September the 20th it is.
Okay, 6 months. That's a long wait.
Yeah, it is a long way. And that's another thing we was a little bit like, I like to fight quite regular. I don't like big gaps. I think I stay sharp when I'm in quite a lot. And I'm always training all year round anyway. So we would have liked to fill that little gap. But let's see what happens. Obviously, with me being in the tournament, I've got to wait to the next stage. So it's difficult. I mean, I fight in September and then the final's December the 9th or something. Right. So that's close together. But this long break is just a bit of a sticky one, I think. Yeah.
Now, how do you feel about the fact, speaking of sticky one, I don't know if you know this, but I'm a diehard supporter of Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest, 2 champions of Europe, Man City 0 in their illustrious history, never won. Champions of Europe, they'll never sing that. Right now, still in the mix, but how do you feel about that? Let us know.
I mean, no one really knows Nottingham Forest, do they?
Wow.
I think that's all I really need to say.
1979, 1980, you don't remember this? When were you born? 99, 98?
No one's, we're in 2023.
Yeah. Never once, Man City, with all those great teams. They might not even be in the Champions League anymore with all these sanctions. How do we feel about that? They might get kicked out. They might be in the freaking Wrexham division down there, 4 divisions down, if this all pans out.
Wrexham are doing well at the moment.
They are doing
They've got a lot of money behind them.
They do. Ryan Reynolds, shout out. You're a big football fan, right?
Yeah, I am a big football fan.
What about that poor Phil Foden with the appendix surgery over the weekend? Did you hear about that?
I know, but have you seen our bench? Like, even when we've got... It's good, isn't it? Don't worry, we're fine. We're fine.
You think that will be okay for Champions League? You like your chances?
Yeah, 100%. We're good under pressure. City are like me. I'm good under pressure when I fight. they're good under pressure, when they're playing. Don't worry about them.
I thought all sensible people from Manchester always went with United first. Why did you choose City? At that age, when you were younger, United was, they were the class. Why did you go with City?
My whole family have been Blues since way back. My granddad was a Blue, like all our family are Blues. There's no red in our family allowed.
Wow, not a single one. No, there's no dissenter in that bunch.
There's no Blues. No, there's no Blues. Like in my cousins, have got like kids with girlfriends, families who are all Reds, but all the kids in our family are Blues. They don't get to choose whether they're a red or a blue. They're all blue.
Favorite player of all time?
Oh, that's a sticky one. I mean, I've got to say Sergio Aguero. I was gutted, when he retired, but he's definitely one of my favorites.
He's the one that scored the goal, right? When they won the first time, they have the statue.
Yeah, right in the last second.
Yes, I know my stuff. I went to Etihad.
Are you sure you're not a City fan?
No, but I went to Etihad in September. No, late August. I went to Forest versus City. My first Premier League game. I don't know if you remember that game, but Holland got a hat trick in the first half. It was not a great showing, but that's really where I fell in love with the Forest spirit. They showed me more than anyone could buy a championship. It's the homegrown teams that I really like. You know what I mean?
That's fair enough. Yeah. Fair
Yes.
enough.
We don't have to
be able to watch a game together one day.
Yes.
And I'll be able to show you how City wins 7-8-0.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw just a few weeks ago at the City ground, the world famous City traveled over. I think we got a point there against you guys. 1-1 it was. Did you see that one in February?
No, I don't think I did.
You don't saw it? Wow, that's weird. It was a pretty big one on a Saturday. By the way, what's going on in your neighborhood with the robots all over the place? It seems like there's attacking your grandmother. I saw that. What are those robots?
I know. So they've the local shop around the corner from ours has set up like a delivery service of these robots. So that's how your delivery comes now, not by people. It comes in that robot.
So there's food in there?
Yeah, so whatever you order from the shop comes in there and it delivers to your door, you open it, and then it goes back to the shop and goes to the next
Wow, that is incredible.
Yeah.
So you're just walking down the street
like I'm living in
and there's robots just like chilling around you.
Yeah, everywhere, all driving around. You're not allowed to touch them. Like you can't help them or anything. If you go near them, they'll freeze. They all work on their own, like everything. They cross the road, they go up the path, like strange.
Any accidents? Like, do they ever get run over or anything like that?
I think my nana's been watching out and she said one crashed into a car the other day. So
she's been looking out for them?
She's watching them all the time.
For someone, of an older generation, that must be a trip to see all this, right? Like, this is straight out of the movies. We don't even have that here.
No, I know. Even I'm a little bit like shocked. I'm not quite getting my head around it at the moment. But my nana, she's absolutely loving it. She just obviously from when she was younger, it must be a complete opposite to what she's ever seen before. So she's quite into it.
Did she go to your fight as well?
Oh no, she doesn't go. No. She never went to watch my mum. My granddad used to go, but my nana didn't like to watch my mum fight, and she doesn't watch me now. She'll watch it on. I've got her an iPhone now, so she'll watch it on the phone. But that's it.
Will she watch it live or wait until she knows that all went well and then watch it?
She'll watch it live if she's with my family, but if my family my family come to Newcastle to watch, so she watched it the next day this time when she was on her own.
Your poor Nana, your mom retires from fighting, and then all of a sudden her daughter is fighting. She's like, oh, God, I thought I was done with this. And now she has to watch her granddaughter. That's horrible.
It's the same with my dad. Like,
That's
dad
true.
watched my mum fight, had to corner her, and now, like, his daughter's going through it all. I feel sorry for him as well.
That might be worse than seeing your I don't even know what's worse. Jeez. Does he go to the fights?
He does, but he doesn't speak for, like, a full day. Like, he'll be quiet until the fight's over, and then he'll be absolutely fine.
Wow. Okay. Well, he doesn't have to worry about a lot. You're doing great. Congratulations on the big win. Very impressive stuff. I know you don't want us to harp on this, but the submission was impressive as well. So well done to you on that. And I love what you're doing out there. So keep it up. And I hope that it all goes well for you this year in the PFL tournament.
Oh, you too, Ariel. Thank you so much for having me on. It's been an honor to be on your show.
My pleasure, and good luck to City. My son is a huge City fan, so I do kind of like them for him. He wants Holland to win one. So if Forrest can't do it, good luck to you guys.
Oh, thank you very much.
All right, take care. There she is, Dakota Ditcheva. I screwed it up the first time, but I'll get it right. Great stuff.